to go to Homestead and making your own formulas. And today we're going to be using our wild harvested yellowdock root. So we'll bring you down here and we'll show you the root. You always want to harvest your roots in the fall after a good frost. This is actually a little late, but I would rather be a little late than a little early, because after the frost, the energy that was in this plant has gone down into the roots now, and you will be able to get what you want. These are the yellowdock leaves, and that was under some mulch and compost that we had on here, but these are the yellowdock leaves. And if I could find something online that would picture the yellowdock plant in better conditions, like in the summertime, I will leave that in the comments section below. But it's good for iron assimilation. You'll read a lot of people use it for iron. It is not necessarily rich in iron, but it helps your body to use iron. It is a bitter, and so it helps digestive system, all of that sort of stuff. So once again, none of these have been evaluated or approved by the FDA. So this is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease, but it is something I have found a lot of success with. So these right here are actually the seed stalks coming up, and I clip those and save the seeds. You can use those in medicine. I prefer the root, but the seed stalk will get about, I believe it came up a little above waist high on me. It came up pretty high, and it has a very distinct look. And once again, I can try to find that online, and I would leave it down in the comment section. So anyway, we'll get busy digging on this, and we'll bring you guys back a little bit later to show you what it looks like. So here we are back again, and this is part of the root here on the plant. Your plant's up here. This is the root, and it broke off partly because I wasn't strong enough to go very deep, and this is some pretty rocky and clayey soil. This is some of the other root I got through there. Once again, it's pretty hard soil, so it's kind of hard digging. I wasn't exactly positive how deep that would go, but that went pretty deep. It's up above my elbow there. So, and we were still getting tiny chunks of root, but we decided to call that good. This is really poor soil. It was disturbed when we planted our raspberries here. And yellowdock loves disturbed soil. It also loves poor soil. You don't want to have, I mean, it can't grow in rocks, but it doesn't have to have very good soil. So it likes this poor soil, and it makes these, and like I said, if you were able to get it in bigger chunks, it would look nicer. But it makes these good-sized roots for you to use in your medicinal herbs for you or your animals, either one. So we have this, and I'll fill this hole back in, and I have planted some more yellowdock seeds. I personally think you have better success planting them in the fall, kind of scratching a little dirt around with them and just letting them sprout on their own in the spring instead of starting them in the greenhouse. So I've got some started down in the corner of the yard here, and hopefully they'll do good. And we got another one. I'll bring you guys back and we'll see how that one digs. Okay, so welcome back, folks. See you in a minute. And we went looking for that other plant, and I think some the marker that I had marking the plant has been removed, and since it's after frost, all the plant material for that plant was gone, so I couldn't find it. I may go back later and try to find it, but I thought I'd bring you guys in here and go back over. Here's what we got out of the other one. Once again, I chopped that up a little bit more than I should have, just because it was hard dirt and I was not the best digger there. So anyway, we have all of this. I'm happy with it. Our family uses some yellowdock, but not a gracious amount. So this will probably last us. Some people that have to use more, it probably wouldn't last. But I'm happy with that. And if I find the other plant, it should have at least this much or more out there. Bonus is, while I was digging this one, I found 2 dandelion roots. And since it was somewhat covered under mulch, they still had the greens. But it's still cold enough that I can save these roots. And we drink either dandelion or burdock tea every day. So this will go with some of that. So just hey, sometimes you get some neat things. So I'm going to go scrub these up and maybe slice them a little bit if I can get them quickly, and scrub these out, and I'll bring you guys back and we'll look at these after they're all good and clean and not so ugly. Alright, so here we are. We've got our yellowdock root all scrubbed up there. There's a piece, and that is just the, what you would call the skin of the yellowdock. That's not dirt. I used a vegetable scrub brush, scrubbed it all up really good. And these are our dandelion roots. Those are the proper color for dandelion roots, but the inside of them are white. I'm not sure if you can see that or not, but I'll chop them up in just a moment and show you guys. So here we have our yellow dot root here, and it's a little fibrous, and it slices reasonably easy, but I'm not going to chop these into minuscule chunks. I'm just going to do them in slices here. And you can see it's fibrous because there it wanted to peel off there. And then I'll take it and go like this. And then maybe 1 or 2 cuts across here. So they are smaller. And by the time that would dehydrate, that would be pretty good. And I'm probably going to take maybe half. I'm not sure if this is even going to be half. And I will put it in a jar and then cover it with about 1 to 2 inches of raw apple cider vinegar. I usually weigh all of my herbs when I make extracts there, but when it comes to fresh herbs, I typically don't. For roots, I cover 1 to 2 inches with raw apple cider vinegar, and for leaves and whatnot, I usually pack the jar reasonably full and just fill it up till make sure you cover the herb so it doesn't get any mold. So I'll chop these up. Like I said, I'll probably take about half of it to make a vinegar extract, because remember, this stuff is very high in minerals and is good for liver detox, hormone detox, it's good for skin health, and it's good for a whole host of other digestive issues. It is also good to support the immune system. This stuff can be used a whole lot of different ways. So it's really hard to overdose. And as I had said earlier in the video, you can use yellowdock to help iron stimulation. To the best of my research, I do not know that yellowdock is high in iron, not that I'm aware of. If you know something any different, or if you have some resources, please link them in the comments. I love to learn. So as far as I know, it's not super high in iron, but it does help you assimilate the iron that your body receives from food, be it from meat sources, vegetable sources, or whatever the case may be. So it will help you assimilate. So that is the most popular use for it, but it is used for many other things. So be sure to like this video, share, and subscribe to this channel. We'll have all sorts of videos coming out on homesteading, be it in herbal medicine or be it for home cooking, and who knows what else we'll come up with. So we hope to see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.